All right, so we got to tackle this one, right?
Yeah.
It's like the question on everyone's mind after leg day.
Oh, yeah.
Best cardio. Like, how do we keep those gains, but, still get that heart healthy stuff in?
Well, you're totally right. I mean, it's a classic worry. Will cardio just wreck all the hard work you just did in the gym?
Right.
But the good news is, what we've got here in these sources actually says it's not that straightforward.
Okay, phew. So, where does this fear come from? Why are people so scared of cardio after they just crushed leg day?
I think it's because, there's this idea that cardio interferes with all that muscle building you've been doing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like it'll somehow, undo all the effort.
Right.
But get this. Some of these sources, like that fitness article and the one on forelegsfitness.com, actually say that's a myth.
Interesting.
They're basically saying moderate cardio is not going to, shrink your muscles or anything.
Oh, okay, that's a relief.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's got to be some specifics, right?
Yeah. You got it. It all comes down to choosing, the right type of cardio and not going too crazy with the intensity.
Yeah.
And that brings us to what they call active recovery.
Active recovery.
It might sound kind of weird, but light cardio after leg day,
Yeah.
it can actually help you recover.
Wait, so you're telling me instead of just collapsing on the couch after leg day,
Yeah.
I should be doing more?
Think of it this way. When you do light cardio, you're increasing the blood flow to your muscles.
Okay.
And that helps deliver all the good stuff. Nutrients, oxygen. It even gets rid of waste products like that lactic acid buildup.
That makes sense.
It's like hitting a reset button for your legs.
Interesting.
Yeah, that briefing doc on cardio after leg day really broke it down well, I thought.
So instead of feeling like I got hit by a truck,
Ah,
I could actually be helping my muscles recover faster.
exactly.
Wow, okay, I'm listening. So what are we talking about here? What kind of activities?
Well, we got to start with the classic low-impact exercise,
Okay.
swimming.
Oh, swimming, yeah.
It's awesome because the water supports your body weight, so there's less pressure on your joints.
Makes sense.
You get a solid workout without stressing those tired muscles.
I like that. And I remember reading in that Cardio After Leg Day article about how buoyancy really changes the game. You can actually challenge yourself without totally destroying your joints. I can already see myself, gliding through the water, feeling amazing afterwards.
Right. It's like a total refresh.
Yeah.
And if swimming's not your thing, cycling's always a good option. You can do it indoors or outdoors, doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Elliptical's good too. It's like running, but without the impact.
So I got swimming, cycling, elliptical. Those are like the go-tos, right?
Yeah, good options for sure.
Okay. But what about if I want to push it a little? Is it okay to bump up the intensity a bit?
Well, it really depends on what you're aiming for and how you're feeling. But
Well,
if you want something a little more, upbeat, a brisk walk or a light jog can be fine.
okay. Light jog.
Yeah, but make sure it's on flat ground. We don't want any extra strain on those muscles. And listen to your body. If you're breathing like you just ran a marathon, you're probably pushing too hard.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And another thing that really stuck with me was something I saw in Sydney Cummings's workout video.
Oh, yeah.
She's talking about, keeping good form even when you're doing cardio.
Yeah.
So no slouching, no weird strides,
Right.
especially after leg day,
That makes sense. It's easy to just zone out on the treadmill or whatever, but good form's got to be important, right?
Yeah, it's key. You want to prevent injuries and make sure you're working the right muscles.
Right.
So speaking of working the right muscles, I was wondering about yoga.
Oh, yoga. Interesting.
Yeah, because some sources, like that high-tone fitness one, they actually put certain types of yoga, like vinyasa or power yoga, in the cardio category.
Huh. Yeah, I've always thought of yoga as more of a stretching thing,
Yeah.
but I guess some of them could get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about that for after leg day? Well, besides the cardio aspect, I guess yoga's good for, engaging your muscles without putting too much stress on your legs.
Exactly.
And it helps with flexibility too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Important for recovery and preventing those injuries.
So it's like a gentler way to help your body recover while still moving around.
Yeah, kinda.
I like that. What about rowing? Does that fit in here somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Rowing's great. It gives your legs a break while you work your upper body and core.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're still getting that cardio in, but it's mainly coming from your arms and back and shoulders.
Wow. So there's actually a lot of options for cardio after leg day, huh? It's not just like one size fits all.
Totally. It's about finding what works for you.
Yeah.
But hold on a sec. Before we get too excited about all this cardio, we got to remember that if your main goal is building strength,
Yeah.
intense cardio shouldn't be your priority.
Okay.
Lift heavy on leg day and then use lighter cardio as like a recovery tool.
Got it. Prioritize those gains, right.
And
Don't let the cardio take over the strength training. Speaking of recovery, what about stuff besides the type of cardio?
like what?
Like nutrition, sleep, all that good stuff. What did you find in the sources?
Well, they all pretty much agree that you got to get enough sleep, eat right, stay hydrated. That's like the foundation.
Yeah, the basics, Fred.
Yep. That Iron Bowl strength article really hammered that home. They were all about a holistic approach to recovery for the best results.
So it's not just about what you do in the gym, but also how you take care of yourself outside of the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Food, water, sleep, it all matters.
Yeah.
What about specific recommendations for what to eat after leg day and cardio?
Most of the sources said it's important to get protein and complex carbs after your workout.
Oh, yeah, to replenish those glycogen stores, right?
Yeah, that helps your muscles recover and rebuild. Aim for like a 1.3 ratio of protein to carbs.
Okay, that's helpful. I'm also a big fan of foam rolling after a tough workout.
Oh yeah, foam rolling's great.
It feels amazing on those sore muscles.
I know, right?
Is there actually any science behind it, or is it just like a feel-good thing?
Oh no, there's definitely science behind it. Both Iron Bowl Strength and fourlegsfitness.com talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it helps to like realign muscle fibers, break up those knots, and improve flexibility.
Interesting.
It can really reduce soreness and help you move better.
Okay, so it's like a self-massage kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I always felt like it helped. But it's good to know there's actually research behind it.
Yeah.
So what about common questions people have about cardio after leg day? Anything specific come up a lot?
Yeah, for sure. One of the most common is, how long should I do cardio for?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And there's no magic number, but usually 20, 30 minutes of low to moderate intensity cardio is a good starting point.
Okay, that's a good guideline. What about when to do it? Right after lifting, or should you wait?
Oh yeah, that's another one that comes up a lot. Some people like to do it all at once, but others prefer to separate their strength training and cardio.
Hmm.
There's research that says waiting a few hours or even doing cardio on a different day can be better for muscle growth.
So it's really about figuring out what works best for you.
Yeah, exactly. Another common one is about HIP workouts after leg day.
Oh, yeah, HIT?
Yeah. And while HIT can be awesome for burning calories and
Yeah.
getting your heart rate up,
Right.
it might be too much right after a tough leg session, could lead to overtraining and slow down recovery.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
So save the HID for another day,
Right.
or at least wait until your legs have recovered.
Mm.
Anything else?
People also wonder if they can do any cardio at all if they're trying to build muscle.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
And the answer is yes. Like we talked about, moderate cardio done the right way can actually help with recovery and won't mess up your gains.
Okay, that's good to know. So the main takeaway is to listen to your body, pay attention to the intensity and how long you're doing it, and make sure you're recovering properly.
That's it.
Are there any other concerns that come up often?
Yeah, people often ask about specific activities like running, spinning, Zumba even.
Oh, yeah.
And the advice is always the same. Think about how intense it is and how much impact there is. A light jog on flat ground might be okay, but like a crazy uphill sprint or a high-impact Zumba class, probably too much.
So basically, use common sense and be aware of how your body feels.
Yeah, choose activities that feel good and don't be afraid to modify or skip them if you need to.
I like that. And remember, rest days are important too.
So true. Your body needs time to recover and get stronger.
That's a perfect point to transition into those advanced recovery techniques we talked about earlier, like ice baths and massage guns.
Oh, yeah, those are interesting.
They sound a little intense, but also kind of cool. What's the science behind them and who might benefit from trying them out? Truly. Okay, so ice baths, they sound pretty intense.
I know, right?
But I've heard they're supposed to be really good for you, like athletes use them all the time. Is there actually like any science behind that?
Yeah, the briefing doc actually mentions that they use cold therapy.
Oh.
It helps reduce inflammation and soreness in your muscles.
So it's basically like a reset button for your legs after a workout.
Kind of, yeah. But you know they're not for everyone. Some people really can't handle the cold.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you want to try it out, start slow and see how you feel.
Yeah, good advice. Okay, what about those massage guns? Those seem a little less intimidating.
They are, yeah. They use this thing called percussive therapy.
Percussive therapy.
It's basically like a targeted deep tissue massage.
Oh, so it's like having your own personal masseuse.
Pretty much.
Wow, that's cool.
They can be really helpful if you have like chronic muscle tightness or if you can't reach certain areas with a foam roller.
Interesting. So we've got foam rolling, ice baths, massage guns. There are so many options for recovery now. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of research and innovation going on in fitness these days.
It really shows how important recovery is, right? It's not just about pushing yourself in the gym, but also taking care of your body afterwards.
Absolutely. It's about having a holistic approach to fitness.
I'm really glad we did this deep dive. I used to be so worried about doing cardio after leg day.
Mm.
I thought it would ruin all my progress. But now I see that the right kind of cardio can actually help me recover and improve my overall fitness.
It's all about knowledge, right? It helps us make better decisions.
For sure. I'm excited to try out some of these new things we talked about and see what works best for me.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Just remember, everyone's fitness journey is different.
Hmm.
What works for one person might not work for another. Listen to your body, try different things, be patient, and most importantly, enjoy the process.
That's great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into cardio after leg day.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you learned some new stuff and feel ready to take your fitness to the next level.
Definitely.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep moving.